So let's see, these guys here, you know, I want to take those down a little bit. Oh, looks like I need to replace my flag too. We had some pretty strong windstorms. So that must have happened during the latest windstorm. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Product Reviews. In this review, we're taking a look at a Ryobi 40V 10-inch pulse saw. This is model RY40560. We went ahead and unboxed it. Pretty basic in the box. Comes with obviously the pulse saw, an extension in here to add to its overall length. This included the 2 amp-hour battery. Just for this demonstration, I'm using the 4 amp-hour that came with the auger that we reviewed previously. I don't expect it to make too much of a difference, although add a little bit of weight. And basically, it's a pretty basic setup. It's an electric pulse saw. It's actually not all that dissimilar than I think it's an 8 or 10-inch 18-volt saw that we reviewed so far, obviously, except it's longer. You have an extension. It's a 40-volt rather than the 12-volt. And just for a comparison here, off to the side we have actually this might be 8-inch, but you can see it's relatively not all that indifferent, right? Between two, actually same blade length and everything. This one also obviously takes bar oil too. And what this is handy for is getting all those trims and branches and everything that are kind of hard to get to, which of course I got with this tree up here, as you can see, overhanging the house and a number of other trees throughout the area too. All right, so first step here, we're gonna add some bar oil. Now, I probably could use a funnel here. Like a crazy man, I'm just gonna go ahead and wing it. And you can see it'll show you where it fills up to in here. I'm just gonna put it in nice and easy. There we go. And this is just your standard bar oil. And operation's pretty basic. Now, if you want to do the extension, which we're going to do as a demonstration after we start using this initially, basically just reconnects inside here. You can see it has a handle here, which you can unlock, obviously reposition depending where you like it. You have a safety switch here, and then of course this is your trigger, and that's where your battery goes. I know the 10-inch that we used with the 18-volt has a little push button for this. This seems to be more passive, so there's nothing you push to activate the oil going in. Yeah, there we go. I don't see, is there a tool on here? I don't see a tool on anywhere on here, unless it's maybe back in the handle to adjust the bar. I know you can see in here you have a Phillips head for the tension, and that looks like some type of a torque bit you can put in there to take it off. You have a hook in here too, and there is a strap that comes with it. I'm not going to use the strap. All right, so let's go ahead and see how it runs. And I gotta say, overall, it seems to be working so far so good. Obviously, make sure you have your safety glasses on when you're doing this. Careful, but this is gonna fall down, so. Wow, went right through that, didn't it? That's probably, what was that? Let's take a quick look. And we can see that's probably about 2 inches wide. But by and large, this is probably gonna be more for branches and everything else. So let's go ahead and see if we can get to it from here. Yep, we can. And it worked pretty well, actually. I gotta say, this is not easy to handle. It's actually pretty heavy, which makes it a little bit of a bear. Like I say, you know, the weight, and that's because probably part of that is the 40-volt battery on this, right? Really makes it a bit awkward to handle. See, actually, it looks like this whole limb up here is dead, so we probably should take that off, just in case there's anything in it so it doesn't spread to the rest of the tree. We need to take some of that tree down over there. So, but for that, I'm going to need the extension definitely. So let's go ahead and add the extension in now. Disconnect one of these guys, right? This is actually surprisingly pretty heavy, the whole unit itself. And let's see, it's supposed to go in this way, it looks like. And we can see what I'm looking for in there. See how it's that end? Just visually line this up. All right, so now we're at the full extension. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I am doing this in winter. Trying to get a head start. We've actually had some unseasonably warm weather in Pennsylvania, so I'm trying to get a head start on some of my outdoor stuff. In January, we actually didn't have, I don't think, any snow. Well, we had one tiny little flurry, and that was about it in the southeast part of Pennsylvania, which is extremely unusual for us. Oh, yeah, once you put this on, you know what it is? This head is so heavy that it really, especially considering the length too, it really puts a counterbalance on it. I mean, I'd love to say it's the battery, which it is. The battery's heavy, don't get me wrong. But the head itself is actually pretty darn heavy. Now, I don't know if that's normal. And if it is, you can leave it in the comments, let me know that it is. Well, that one's too dead to take down. I need to take these branches out, and I'm hoping that this is actually pretty good for this. Alright. So I'm really curious, can I take out this whole section right here? I would love to do that. This is pretty heavy, so I want to get back some. All right, that worked pretty good actually. Actually, probably should recut it again then. All right, let's try taking it off here. Oh, that is surprising. It ran through that 4 amp hour battery so quick. You can see where the hook is for. Let's pull this stuff back.
So I've had some time now to use this unit over the last several months, and overall I really like the convenience of it being electric. I don't have to worry about fiddling with gas. Obviously it's a lot quieter. You don't get the noise that you get with a gas operated pole saw. You know, I've used gas saws, and I'd have to say this is on par pretty much as far as power. Obviously it's a little bit less, I think, than you can get with a chainsaw that's gas powered, but it's not that far off, and definitely operates a lot better than an 18 volt version. Between the two, if I was going to choose between the 18 volt and the 40 volt, I would still get the 40 volt. And I say still because the one downside is that you're adding that additional weight because of that battery. That 40 volt battery does add weight, and that's probably one of the biggest cons of this, is that not only is the battery heavy, but I feel the unit itself is a bit heavier than it needs to be. Add in the cumbersome features of this being so long, at close to 10 feet, it is quite a bit to bear. Now, a couple of things here. If you don't have a chainsaw, get a chainsaw first. If you're looking to actually cut trees or branches down, don't think of this as, hey, I'll get this and I'll have a pole saw and I can use this as a chainsaw. Don't do that. Get yourself a chainsaw first, learn how to use it, and then get to this. By its nature, because this is on a pole, it can make it at times more dangerous because you could be cutting things over top that could fall on top of your head if you're not careful. It's a little bit more cumbersome. Overall though, I mean, I definitely like this unit. It's hard to go back to a gas operated unit after you used some of these newer electric tools long enough, because while gas is great, it's great for the first couple years, but if you ever have to, fire up a chainsaw or anything gas powered in winter, you can know that unless the thing's been stored inside, oh boy, it could be a little bit of a bear. And you don't have to, worry about it. You start it up and you leave it running. With this, you only use the power as you need it. And that 40 volt battery actually lasted pretty long. I went through a lot of cuts. I don't think it's nearly as durable and long lasting as they make it seem in the ads, but for my uses, it's perfect. And I think that's really where this falls in. This is for the homeowner that wants something to take down higher up branches throughout their yard. And this is where this really excels. And I'm really glad I got it. And the reason is because if you've ever been maintaining a yard with trees, sometimes trying to get those higher up limbs can be quite a bear. And yeah, there's other tools you can get, but the convenience of this is just fantastic. I think it's a good supplement to your arsenal. So price-wise, none of these things are cheap, but overall, I think it's worth it for the most part. I hesitate because it's just hard for me to grasp how much some of these tools cost these days, but that's just, again, the way things are going. So overall, I think I'd give it a thumbs up. Maybe 2 thumbs up. The only downside, which makes me hesitate on that, is the weight. And other than that, great tool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please click like and subscribe for future content. It really does help out the channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. It really helps out the community. And I do try to upload as often as I can while working a busy full-time schedule. So hopefully I'll see you in the future. But until I do, get out there, make your own great outdoor adventures. And as always, take care.